This is a video unlike my other ones, but I'm trying to branch out and do something new because I'm running out of Roblox games to play. Dress to Impress is fun. I'm not very good at it, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, today we are going to be ranking the X-Men by their powers, okay? This is an unbiased opinion. First of all, we have Gambit. I love Gambit. He's one of my favourites. I'm going to put him in, you know what, purely for episode 5. This contains spoilers. This review probably contains spoilers. Purely for episode 5, he's going in A tier. That whole Sentinel thing was crazy. That was very Rexplode from Invincible, but I loved it. Very sad. I did cry, but it was very, very good. And for that, he gets A tier because that was so powerful. Next is Cyclops. Again, he's really fit. That's not important to the tier list. I'm going to put him in, some of you may disagree, I'm going to put him in B. Purely because he needs to control his powers more. Because in the films especially, I think it's the first one where Sabretooth and I want to say the dude with the tongue break into the bank. He doesn't have much control over his powers, and therefore he gets B tier because if he had more control he'd probably make it to A, but his powers could be better. You know, no offense Cyclops. Madeline Pryor. Honestly, she's going in S tier. Some of you may disagree, but she is very powerful, especially when she's the Goblin Queen. She goes crazy. And I feel like her potential could have been more. She could have done so much stuff. I mean, she can literally communicate with people that are in a whole different country. She can infiltrate people's minds from the safety of her own home. Okay, tell me that's not powerful. It's getting to Charles Xavier level, especially in The Last Stand. I know that's more Jean Grey, but no, it's not. Because they've got like split personalities, and I'm going to guess that's Madeline Pryor. I don't know. I only just watched it. Anyway, she's going in S tier because I know for a fact she's very powerful. Jean Grey. I'm going to get some hate for this. But honestly, C tier. She doesn't know what she's doing. I fully believe Madeline Pryor is the real Jean Grey. Even though she's not, she was there for most of the time. And Jean Grey's just kind of been off to the sidelines. So I don't think she knows how to use her powers very much, and she's definitely not as powerful as Madeline. She's got that telekinetic stuff going on, which is really cool, but again, it's not fantastic, you know? No offense, Kelly. Rogue. In the movies they did her dirty because she couldn't fly and she didn't have super strength, so she just took people's powers and it was a rough existence. Although The Last Stand did not need to happen, the ending of that, distraught. That's despicable what they did to her. That's horrible. If you haven't seen it, probably go see it, but it's my least favourite X-Men so far. Hate me if you want. Anyway, she's gonna go in. I'm trying not to be biased. You know what? A tier. Because she has super strength and she can fly, which is really cool, and she's already got a hand up on most of the other X-Men. But she can't really take other people's powers without killing them. So it's a bit of a downgrade there. And it's just a bit like, she has the power, but she can't use it freely, if that makes sense. So she could be really powerful if she stole other people's powers, but she also can't control them when she has them. That's the thing. Professor X. I think we all know where he's going to go. He's going in A tier. He is so powerful. I mean, in the movies he's a bit more not as powerful because of what happens in The Last Stand, but I think, I've only watched the first 3. I'm gonna watch X-Men Wolverine Origins later, but so far he is so powerful. He can fully transport multiple people to a different location in their minds. It's incredible, and I think nobody can top him. That's why he's the professor. Okay, Charles Xavier on top. He's not my favourite character, but he's very powerful. Magneto. Do I put him in S tier? I think I do. Because he can manipulate metal. He can manipulate the iron in your blood. There is nothing stopping this man, okay? I mean, in The Last Stand, again, I'm referencing this film, he does, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know what happens at the end. But before that, he is so powerful and so manipulative of both people and metal. It's crazy. He can lift a whole, like if you have a metal hip replacement, no you don't, it's Magneto's now, goodbye. So he gets S tier because he's so unbelievably powerful. Not as powerful as Charles, I would say, but the whole helmet thing kind of bypasses that. Beast. Where to put Beast? You know what, B tier. He's strong, he's blue, he's agile, and he's smart. He's got that PhD or something. Does he have a PhD? I don't know. But he is smart, he's very strong, he's very sensible, and I respect it. Not much more to say about that. Love you, Beast. Morph. Ooh, I don't know, because when he turns into someone else, does he also get their powers? Because I believe he gets Wolverine's claws. So for that, I'm thinking A tier. Purely because if he gets their powers, he's unstoppable. He can beat anybody to defeat anyone, if that makes sense. It depends if he can control it or not. I don't know if he gets everybody's powers, like if he gets Storm's powers, if he turns into her, because that would be a little bit unfair. I think maybe just bodily powers, like Wolverine's, claws, like I said, maybe Jubilee's, I'm not sure. Jubilee, I am so sorry, Jubilee, but you're going in D tier. We have seen her powers don't do very much. When she went into the video game realm and met her older self and they combined powers, that was powerful. That was impressive. But she can't do that by herself. And her powers don't do a lot of damage. They're more of a distraction technique. I know some of you are going to hate me for this. I'm just giving my honest opinion. So for that reason, she's going in D tier. I'm so sorry. I love her as a character, but she has the worst powers. I'm sorry. Wolverine. Again, A tier. Purely because he can't, I don't think he can die, because he literally gets shot in the head and he just comes out. That's crazy. And he has his adamantium claws, and I think he needs to be a bit more responsible with them, if that makes sense, because sometimes he just goes into a blind rage and it doesn't always go the best. I think he needs to be a little bit more strategic, but that and his healing abilities make him very strong, and I respect that. Plus, he's strong anyway, so that gives him a definite advantage over a lot of the other X-Men. So I respect it, and he goes in A tier for that. Storm. Do I put Storm in A or do I put Storm in S? Because she's very strong. She can manipulate the weather. I'm going to put her, honestly, she's going in A because sometimes it may not be an advantage, if that makes sense. And she kind of can't have any distractions. Does that make sense? So if someone grabs her foot, all of a sudden she's out of it. She can't control the weather anymore, I think. But the fact that she can conjure up lightning or a thunderstorm, basically the same thing, or a hurricane to take out her opponents, that's crazy. She could attack an entire country if she wanted to, if she needed to, really, and I think that is heavily powerful and very impressive. So she's going in A tier. Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler. I'm thinking about how his powers aid him in combat, though. I think it more aids other people, if that makes sense. I'm going to put him in B tier because he can teleport, and he's a feisty little diva. So I love Nightcrawler. He's one of my favourites. Yeah, he can teleport. I think that's really useful. He can teleport other people in and out of places. So in Genosha, when he's saving all those people, he can quickly zip-zap them to a different place, get them to safety. It's really cool. Love him. But in combat, actually, to be fair, when he takes out the president, he's very sneaky and does that very well. So B tier, definitely. Cable. Cable is going to go in A tier because he's a telepath, which means he's very strong, and he can build weapons and his arms and stuff. So he's got that advantage that he has physical weaponry, but he also has mental abilities, so he can go into other people's minds, he can shield his own from other telepaths, which is very, very powerful and a very good skill when your mum is also a telepath. And Charles Xavier, he can shield from that, most likely. I think it's really cool, and you can see what other people are thinking, and apparently he can control other people's thoughts, which is a crazy amount of power. We've seen that kind of a little bit in the Vampire Diaries, I think. He can compel people to do basically whatever he wants, I think. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I haven't seen much of Cable. So yeah, A tier. Bishop. Honestly, I love Bishop, but C tier. I'm sorry, but he basically needs someone else to activate his powers, so he absorbs energy and then uses it, like propels it outwards, but he kind of needs Cyclops in some instances to blast him with his optic rays, and then he absorbs that power and uses it himself. I know he has a lot of weaponry because he's from the future, but he kind of has a disadvantage in some areas because if he can't get power, he's a little bit screwed. He is very strong though, I'll give him that, so he has got that advantage. I don't know a lot about Sunspot. He is my least favourite character. I'm sorry, I don't like his attitude, and I don't like how he treats Jubilee. I don't think that's cool. But he's literally the sun. So for that, I don't know. B tier? It hurts me doing that because I don't like him. But like I said, I'm not being biased in this ranking. He can absorb solar energy and convert it for use as physical strength. I think that's cool. He can basically get power anytime. He's basically a solar panel, in a sense, and he can fully just turn into a ball of solar energy, which is very cool. And also he can fly, so he gets extra points for being able to fly. But overall, I don't know. I don't think he knows how to use his powers yet either, because he's only just come out as a mutant. So I think that gives him a bit of a disadvantage. But I don't know a lot about him, so that doesn't help. He's probably really powerful, and some of you will be like, oh my god, Sunspot's the best, blah blah blah, he's unstoppable. But I fully reckon Magneto could take him out in a second. So, I mean, probably. He kind of did though, didn't he? Did he? No, I don't think he did. He took Wolverine out, that's for sure. But then Wolverine just got up and he was like, no, he didn't. He was in hospital. Don't listen to me. I don't know my stuff. Yeah, so that is my official ranking. It's not biased at all because Rogue is my absolute favourite character, but I put her in B tier. And it hurt me to do so, but it's okay. But yeah, put your own ideas in the comments below, what you think the order should be. If you disagree with any of these, that's okay. This is my opinion, and everybody has different opinions. So yeah, if you like this style of video, let me know and I'll do it some more. I can rank Twilight characters, I can rank X-Men based on how fit they are. Who said that? Anyways, off to edit. So have a lovely, lovely day guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!